So today we're going to be making a berry and chia overnight oat recipe. This is something that you can do, during the week. You can make in bulk. It's a great recipe. It's also full of, nutrients, and it's low budget friendly. So this is something, as I said before, you can buy in bulk and you don't have to worry about spending too much money in the store. So what we have here, I'm going to start off with, is your Greek yogurt. So that's what I have here, right? So I have non-fat plain Greek yogurt. You can use another yogurt alternative if you want, but make sure that you're using a non-fat version so you're really not getting too much of that. So I'm going to pour it in right here, right there. Some other recipes call for like a nut butter. So say you don't have Greek yogurt and you have like peanut butter or almond butter on hand, you can always use that. So what I'm making again is a berry and chia overnight oat recipe. This is something that you can have for breakfast time, or if you can, have it as a snack option, you can always do that too. So the next thing I have here are mashed bananas. It's about half of a medium banana that I have in here. If you don't have bananas, you don't have to use it. You can use any other fruit if you want, or if you completely skip this step. Again, this is something that's completely customizable. So the next thing I'm going to put in there is your oats. So with this with this recipe, I have rolled oats. Rolled oats are like the best options that you can do when making this overnight oat recipe. With steel cut oats, the texture does come a little bit different. So if you want a softer, smoother texture, I would go with the rolled oats option. So I'm going to stick that in there. I have about a cup. And with these, things that we have in here, these amounts, you can always customize them. And in the chat feature, you should be able to see the recipes that we're doing for today. So this is something that you can look into. Again, just check in the chat. You should be able to see those recipes. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my milk alternative. So what I have here is unsweetened almond milk, but you can use whatever milk alternative you want to use. Say you want to use cashew, you want to use coconut, whatever you have on hand, go ahead and use that option. And I always go for the unsweetened version. You want to make sure that you're not getting any added sugars on there. Or if you feel like you're going to be using cow's milk, just make sure that you're getting like a skim milk option or a low fat milk option. So I'm about to put a cup in there right here. I'm using my $11.99 silicone measuring cup. If you attended some past events with us, this is something you may have received. So I'm going to put a cup in there. And then with this stuff, you can be really, versatile with it. Like if you have some herbs or spices like ground cinnamon, you can do something like that in here. Or I've done this recipe before with like mashed pears. You can do something like that. As I said, this is a recipe that's completely adjustable. You can do it with whatever you have handy. So I'm going to mix it all up, mix it really good so all of the ingredients are in there. Mix it up like this. And then once it mixed up like that, I'm going to add in my chia seeds. So it's a little mixture. I like to add my chia seeds in last. However way you want to do this stuff is what's going to work for you. And as I said, the recipe amounts that you'll see in the chat feature with the PDF versions, you can play around with them. I'm someone who likes a little bit more chia seeds, so I'm going to put about 1/3 of a cup in there. And chia seeds are full of protein, full of fiber. They're a superfood. And this is something that you can buy in bulk that's going to last you forever. So I'm going to add in my chia seeds now. Mix it up real well. You want to make sure that all the ingredients get in together. It smells amazing. I love bananas, so this is really good. You want to mix it up well. And then you can use whatever you have on handy as a container. So I have a mason jar right here. Whatever container you have readily available, you can go ahead and use it. This is a rather large mason jar for the recipe that I'm going to have, but this is something that you can have for leftovers. It's very filling with fiber. So I know I won't finish this in one sitting, and I'll make sure I'll have it as a snack later on in the day, or I can use it for breakfast the next day. All right, so mixing up really well, putting that in there. And then I'm going to pour it in. I might use a spoon so it doesn't spill. Pour, pour, pour. Might have a little spillage, but that happens, right? Normally what you can do too with this, if it's too much, if you have like a measuring cup, you can put it in that way so it doesn't fill up. I know I'm spilling a little bit all over the place, but it happens, right? All right. And then what I like to do halfway is add, some whatever fruits that I have available. So I'm going to put in a couple of berries, just a handful. I like to layer them a little bit. Again, if you have, if you don't have chia seeds, you want to use flax seeds, you can do something like that. I'm going to do it like that again. And then I'm going to pour the rest in of my mixture. And you can, as I said, you can use whatever if you have on handy. If you put cinnamon in here, it makes it for a great kick. If you want to put a little bit of honey, say you don't have any bananas, but you want some of that sweetness in there, putting a little bit of honey, raw honey would be the best option. That's something that you can do. And then I'm going to layer it again right here with some cut strawberries that I have. I'm going to do another layer. Pouring in there. 1, 2. You can be very creative with this, and this is something that's very easy to make. It takes no time. You don't got to bake anything. Okay. And now I'm going to finish the rest of the mixture, put it in there. Very easy recipe. Requires you to do nothing. Okay. Putting the rest of my mixture in there. And that's all done. I'm going to use a napkin to clean off the mess that I made, as I always do. And then what I have here, how I'm going to top it off with. So this is what it looks like. You can't really see the layers that I have here with the blueberries and the strawberries, but that's fine. I have raw walnuts that I'm putting in there. You can use whatever nuts you have available, whether it's almonds, whether it's cashews, whether it's peanuts, pistachios, or if you want to get rid of this step altogether, go right ahead. I'm someone who enjoys a little bit of crunch and texture in my meal, so I'm going to add this on there. I'm going to put a little bit of the chopped walnuts in here, and then I'm going to top it off with the rest of my blueberries and strawberries. So putting the rest in here. And as I said, you can be very, very playful with this recipe. Whatever fruit you have on handy, you can go ahead and use it. So say you have like mangoes and you want to put it in there, just chop a few up, do that. And then I'm going to put the rest of my strawberries. I sliced them a little bit. You can do that. Here we go. Mix it all up a little bit, and there we go. That's what the product looks like, right? A little bit messy on my end, but that's fine. Then we're going to put this in the refrigerator to refrigerate for over 4 hours. That way you get all the, the flavors in there. The texture becomes a little bit softer, and it's going to be very delicious. I do suggest though, like after you refrigerate it and you're going to take it out of the refrigerator, just mix it up a little bit with the spoon. That way, all the flavors get in, and you can mix it up a little bit more. This goes the same, say you're eating it and then you're going to put it right back in the fridge. Just make sure that when you take it back out again, mix it up. All right, and then I'm going to put the jar in there, and then this is going to stay in my refrigerator for about 4 hours. I'm going to show you the product that I made yesterday. So this is the version that I made yesterday. You can see that it's a little bit of a darker color right over here, but very easy to make. And this is an extremely filling meal, very low calorie. I tell you, I don't even finish one of these in one sitting. Just it's too much. You have the fiber from the oatmeal, you have the fiber from the chia seeds, you're getting protein from the Greek yogurt and the chia seeds, fiber from the nuts. I mean, it's a very nutritionally dense meal that is low calorie. So, and this is something, as I said, costs you nothing to do, just use ingredients that you have readily available. And it makes for a great breakfast option or a snack option.